Okay, and we are live, and here we are for pinball again. And quick review of the day. Hope you don't have PTSD from it. Once we broke below that 75 level, from purely a gamma point of view, there was nothing to stop us. The next thing to stop us was around six, like below the 70, 75 was a little bit of the 65 area, and we sliced right through it like a knife through butter. There wasn't a lot of contracts, and we talked about that in the morning, that there would be local trading. By local, I mean trading within 5, 10 points of where spot is. And when there's 500 or 800 contracts there, and the trading starts there, whether they're long or short, that becomes ancient history. So that's why those local levels are kind of suspect. But we did. I put out an update after around 10:30 or so for my subscribers, kind of. Or I forget what time. I think I might even put it on Twitter. Oh, he's back. He's back. Hey, you said that you DM me on Whoop. I didn't see you. DM me on, or wherever. DM me on Twitter. Let me finish my. Okay, so let's take a look real quick at Val. So what happened once we got above 15 and we stuck our heads above 15 and a half? I don't know how many of you were noticed or were tracking that, but that's an important inflection point, and I'll show you why. For that, I'm going to my buddies at Gamma Edge. Oh, excuse me. What's are you on Discord? You can DM me on Discord. What's my Discord name? I think my Discord name is Doc, aka Trader McGraw, something like that. Doc Trader McGraw is my Discord. Yeah, so you can DM me on Discord. Then now you were talking about doing something. Okay, so yeah, let me not distract myself. Yep, that's it. Right, I wanted to come to Gamma Edge. Now let's do it this way. It's easier to see. It's okay. That's okay. I'm disturbing myself. Um, so what am I looking at here? This is September. Oh, well, that's the whole complex. Let's just look at September. This is September VIX. 265,000, quarter of a million, where I come from. Contracts at 1550 VIX, and another 245,000, another quarter of a million where I come from at 16. Throw in another 147,000 at 15, and here's where all the gamma is. Here's where all the inflection points are. Now, it's pretty safe to say that these puts were bought, not sold. And there was couple of articles, I don't remember exactly who I read, a few places, that funds are shorting volatility partially by buying VIX puts. And so, for whatever reason, skew is expensive, even though it looks intuitively like it's not. I wrote something, there's people writing about it. Just look at the 25 delta skew, whatever. But we'll stay away from that because that's not what I'm here to talk about right now. So if we're over 15.5, or as we approach it, whatever short puts, the market maker, whatever short VX they had, market makers had to have to hedge that, they buy back. So what does that mean? That means that they're buying VIX futures. And so that just cascades into the whole mess. And as we're approaching, good afternoon. Good afternoon, QQQ. And then as we approach 16, then they have to buy a little more VX futures. And as we go down, they have to sell a little more. And that's why that 15.5 is such an important inflection point. Also, it just so happened that so that's the gamma level. One standard deviation VIX move based on today, the 1 day, one standard deviation move, which I happen to look at. I don't always look at it, but I just happen to eyeball it, and you won't see it here, was right about here, right about 1580-ish. And so we had that whole thing, that whole volatility spike, which, of course, as we know, makes whatever hedging that the market makers have to do for their long more porous. The distribution gets wider. They don't have to hedge as much. And we run through strikes. Not that there were any big strikes to run through anyway. But what happened again, once we got down to 50, right? I don't know if you were tracking the price of those puts. I was tracking the price of the 45 puts because I was in a broken wing butterfly. I see, I can never find where I am. Is this where I was? No. Is this where I was? No. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I got lost. That's where I was. Okay. Oh yeah. So the puts went from like $10 or $11 to 10 to 9 to 8. They lose value quickly. So there were a bunch of longs there at one point, and those closed. That relieved the pressure. And so now here we are. Let's get back to the present moment. And for a good view of the present, let's go back over here to options depth. Let's refresh it. I guess refreshed itself. You see this 64.35? I forget exactly what time, but in the morning, 10-ish, a little before, a little after. 64.35, 64.30 puts, and initially it was 65 in the morning, 65.05 something or other came in 10 wide. I think it was 05 on the top and 25 on the bottom maybe. Then the big trade was this one, 64.95 on top, 5 wide, 64.35 on the bottom, 5 wide, times, I don't know, 10, 12,000 contracts, whatever it is. Now it's 50-cent premium. So they're going for 50 cents on 5 wide. On a percentage basis, that's great. If you think of it risk-reward basis, well, it's crazy, unless they figured it out however they figured it out. And so far, these guys have been here all week this week, last week, and they came close, but they haven't gotten skewered yet. Yesterday, there was the same crew that was up on top with the, which was it, the 05s? You remember it well. the O5s, when we closed below the O5 calls, they went ITM yesterday, O8, then they came down because the volume was so big that it kind of had to. Maybe it's weaponized gamma. Maybe they know how many contracts they have to do to kind of cause that reaction. I don't know, none of my business. But be that as it may, here we are. Right, that was the one yesterday, the big one yesterday. Ah, my flow experts right here. And so let's talk about where we're going to pin. And for that, I've been liking looking at, well, we can look at Charm real quick. And Charm can either duck its head in here, right below 60, in kind of where we are, could possibly pull itself above 65. I entered, not for Tuesday, I entered for Thursday. So for Tuesday, we have the good and the bad of volatility is low for Tuesday over a 3-day weekend, but you get a lot of theta. I might look at the end of the day to see if there's enough sold puts and sold calls to give me a comfortable cushion. Yeah, I will. I'll share the Thursday entry. I'll go there in a minute. So now let's take a look at depth view. Where do I have depth view open? Do I have it open here? No. Do I have it open here? No. Do I have it open here? I don't think so. No, not that one. I just gotta guess. This one. It's loading. Discuss amongst yourselves. Okay, here we are. So where are we now? 60-ish? Right at 60. This stuff over here, 50, maybe to a lesser extent, 55. The 60 calls are still not in them. There was a big buy of 60, 80 call debit spreads. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a buy of debit spreads in the morning. It looks like they're gone. I followed it with a fly and I left mine. But there is a case to be made for 65. The case to be made for 50 is that the case to be made for 50 would be that we mean revert back toward it. As we move away from it, what happens? Excuse me, keep picking the wrong one. Here we go. And I came up with this great analogy that you'll eventually get sick of hearing. Okay. So we either get trapped under this or we get sprung free. So the analogy with the positive gamma is like a fire on a warm night, a fire on a chilly night. As we get close to it, It's too hot. I want to move away. Market makers, if it's above, are too long. They have to sell. But then as we move away from it, oh, now it's chilly. I moved too far from the fire. I have to move back up closer. Or same thing on the bottom. So that's the analogy. So we have all this down here. So, yeah, we can get stuck 60, 55. Still have 15 minutes. If I were an algo, I'd be buying the 65 calls. So let's see if there's cheapies over there. This was what I put on before for Friday, and nothing got filled. It was 85 cents. I was trying to get a couple extra pennies, and now it's already. Okay, I'll adjust that. So let's see if there's anything here at 65. That's Friday. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. 65s are kind of expensive, huh? Where's this thing? Here we go. $0.80. That's not bad. No, I'll go for, wait, no, I'm not going for $1.20. I'll go for 75 cents. Let's see what happens. It's hard to get these. So I'm going for over 60. And my buddy TT is going for, where is his prediction? He's going for 53. Final answer? While we're waiting for that, let's look at Thursday for a second. Let's look, well, then we'll see what happened there. Let's look at Thursday for a second. If I can find it. Okay. So the easiest way to look at Thursday for me and Tuesday. Let's look at Tuesday also. So Tuesday, you got to be all the way down here, 63.35. Tuesday is thin, 64.25 maybe. Below 6,400 maybe. On top, 65.70, but there's not going to be any juice there. 65.60, there's not going to be any juice there. And if we look for, so we have non-farm payroll on the 5th. Normally I would do a Friday to Friday, but I'm not playing with these people on non-farm payroll day. So I'm going to kind of use these numbers as a guide for Thursday's action. So 65.80. That looks decent. And there's not much on the bottom till all the way over here. So I don't have a great edge. I do have a pretty big wall here of small ones. And so now, and we'll go back to the pins in a minute. Now we're going to look at the expected move. So expected move till Friday, so we would expect Thursday to be a little less, is 65.43-ish, whatever, call it 65.50, give it 10 points, 65.60, whatever, up there. And on the bottom, 6360, so call it 6350, so 6300. So between 6300 and 6350, and above 6560. Those are kind of like the guardrails. We don't really have a lot of gamma to hang our hats around. So we said 65, 63, 30, 40. So we have this whole line of small ones all the way down 6,300. Now this whole line of small ones, that's kind of enough, I think, when it's a whole line. And on top, and what do we have the day before? Yeah, so the middle of the weekdays is usually not much. And on top, we have 65. Market on close and balance, what? 847 million, huh? Drop in the bucket. But now we're going red. They're gonna make you a winner. 65.80. We have this blocking off on Monday, but that's already Tuesday. That's already too far. Okay, so I don't have a great edge. Isn't updating for now, meaning what? I said this is the one that I got, and that's basically. Let me just cancel this because obviously that's not going to happen. So on top, I have to go 65.50, and that's a little close for comfort. Well, that's not good. That doesn't give me much of an edge, does it? But let's see what. There's more than one. Just like I have a backup internet connection, I have a backup. So now we're stuck between these two. We're stuck between 50. Good read, TT. Just got to, okay. That was a good read, young man. So for Thursday rather, where is their juice? I don't mind that for 60 cents, although that's better for 75. And my problem is on top. I'm not crazy about the call side right now. Now the expected move is 50, so 100 points. I mean, that does put us at a decent level. So armed with that thought, It's still only 45 cents over there. Let's get one in for fun. I don't even want to give me that. I can't get a fill. Nope, it sure doesn't. Let's see if I can get out. Let's see what I can get out at. 20 cents. Okay, so no point even getting out now. Pick the wrong horse. I think he's the pinball winner. Well, oh, we got 3 minutes. That's a long time. Let's see if I can get out for a buck. Here we go, 59. Okay, over 60. Let's go. Do I take break even? Oh, order must be canceled. Son of a gun. See that? I had break even and it ran away from me. All right. Took a $10 loss. That's okay. It's over under 60. It's trying to poke its head up here in the clear skies. See, there's not enough here for us to make a call one way or another. 100 contracts, 198 contracts. There's not enough here to make a call. The call we can make is that we're not going to 50, which we kind of know. So it's anybody's ball game here, 60 mid. Close with 25% profit. You go, girl. And that's what I found with flies. If you're in the ballpark and it's looking sketchy, and if I put it in small profit, small loss, I'm probably going to get it. So do we want to look for Tuesday? Well, it's not going to be anything down here. Okay, pencils down, everybody. Oh, close with 25 in profit. You pay. You got a better price. And the iron condor. So somebody was asking me, who was it? Was asking me what I have for the fourth. I have 63.15 as one set that I did now. I have 62.95 that I did when we were at the lows of the day. That's basically almost ready to close. And these calls up here, what's this giving me? $1.05. Come on, give me a $1.05. I'll take $1. Okay. So I have this whole mess over here. I'm short between 50, 55, 65. I have a few different iron condors that I did, creating a zone. So based on this, anywhere between 63.20 and lower to sell, and 65.50, which I'm not thrilled with, and higher to sell. And so what I'm going to do right now, opposite, $1.05. I'll put in 40. I'll put in 35 cents for now. Buy the close for this one. Opposite. I'll put in 35 for this one. This was the fly. And that's really it. I had something for September 5th. Before, I think that must have been before I knew it was non-farm payroll. Oh, I did that yesterday. 45. Good till cancel. Oh, I already have a closing order in. Okay, I'll leave it alone. And that's it. What is that? What? Thanks, TT. And I will. Those were some iron conduits that I did for next week. So the official close was 60.26. No, not for Tuesday. I entered for next Thursday and Friday. The Friday ones were, but those are almost closed. Those I entered the day before. The Thursday ones were easier to see it here. What's all this craziness? Thursday ones, anything below 63.20. And you could probably go high. You could probably go 63.35, anywhere below there. And on top is a trickier one, 65.15 and higher to sell. 65.50 and higher to sell. Iron conduits for Thursday, staying away from Friday non-farm payroll. And that's it. I'm going to go let the goats out and see what's going on. Pumped the last 5 minutes, way off on that pin target. Yep, can't trust these people. You were right for a minute, and I was right for a minute. Oh, I didn't see you, Darsh. 62. You came the closest. So selling the fly at 60 mid would have been the trade. I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I was actually looking back. That's kind of where that was. If the question was over or under 60, so sell the 60. It's so obvious looking back. All right, so I have a 3-day weekend to do whatever, to write content. Yep, enjoy everybody. Same here. And I'll be putting stuff out on Twitter and here and there and Substack and everywhere else. Okay, take care.